Well, today's release of the former Speaker and his deputy may have come as a surprise to some, and for others it's been long overdue. In this report, our judiciary correspondent Shola Shoyele takes a look at the charges in the case against the former Speaker and the journey to today's acquittal.
It started with a dramatic arrest at the Asokoro Abuja home of the former Speaker on Sunday the 5th of June 2011. It was a few days after his last sitting in the House, and he was wanted by the EFCC over alleged financial impropriety committed during his time in office. 3 days later, Honorable Bankole was charged to the Federal High Court, Abuja, where a 17-count charge was preferred against him. The commission had accused him of contract fixing worth millions of naira and also inflation of the cost of items bought by the House, such as television sets and digital copiers, which it described as an act of fraud and an offence contrary to Sections 58 subsections 4A of the Public Procurement Act of 2007. Specifically, the former Speaker and others said to be at large, being body of principal officers of the House of Reps responsible for the approval of contracts with intent to defraud, allegedly conspired to inflate the cost of 400 units of 40-inch Samsung television sets by approving its purchase at the rate of 525,000 naira per unit instead of the prevailing market price of 295,000 naira. They also allegedly rigged the bid for the purchase of 100 units of sharp digital copier machines by refusing to follow all the procedures prescribed for public procurements, leading to a loss of value to the National Treasury. The principal members of the House also allegedly rigged the bid for the purchase of 3 units of Mercedes-Benz X600 cars. To all these offences, Honorable Bankole pleaded not guilty, and after 8 nights in the custody of the EFCC, he was granted bail in the sum of 5 million naira, but subsequently rearrested immediately he stepped out of the court. It turned out that the EFCC had arrested his deputy, Honorable Usman Nafada, the day before, and both men were promptly jointly charged before another Abuja High Court on the 14th of June last year. Both men pleaded not guilty to charges of obtaining loans of about 40 billion naira from UBA and First Bank of Nigeria, and using same to pay the House members' jumbo allowances different from what the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission approved for them. They eventually got bail 2 days after they made the request for it, in the sum of 50 million naira with 2 shorties who must be permanent secretaries in the Federal Civil Service, after which the former Speaker challenged the competency of the charges and the right of the prosecutor, Mr. Festus Keyamo, to prosecute him without the fears of the Attorney General of the Federation, in the 2 courts for which he is facing charges. Justice Donatus Okorua, who is handling the first case in which the Speaker is facing charges alone, regarded the allegations of bias against Mr. Keyamo as irrelevant, but held that there is sufficient evidence linking the former Speaker to the alleged offences. He has fixed trial in the matter for the 7th of February 2012. However, reprieve has come the way of the former Speaker and his deputy in the case before Justice Suleiman Bankole, who agreed with them that they have not committed any crime by obtaining a 40 billion naira loan for the payment of an enhanced package and running cost for members of the House of Representatives. What this then means is that for now, former Deputy Speaker Honorable Nafada is free, at least until and if the EFCC appeals the decision. Honorable Bankole, however, still has a pending case to contend with. Shola Shoyele, Channels Television News.